Hello, you all. Welcome to this new edition of Lectio Musica, the place for great lyrics, great music, and great meaning. My name is Guilain Prince. I'm a Franciscan friar from Canada. Love rock music for a long time, especially hard rock, metal, and prog. This series of 10 videos is about the artist from the Netherlands called Arjen. His artist name, his real name is Arjen Anthony Lucassen, and his work done in 2004 is called The Human Equation. This week we will do day 13, 14, and 15. This means that in the past weeks, and especially last week, we did all the days before, day 1 to 12. And every single video is made the same way. First, I will react, genuine reaction to the lyrics and studio recording. So lyrics, video, and studio recording. So my main and first concern, as written down, is to look for the music, the melody especially, in connection with the lyrics and the general aspect of the song. Secondly, I will do a commentary of the lyrics, quite simple, with a few elements of analysis. Nothing heavy, nothing complex, but to go through the lyrics and to understand them so that we really appreciate the artist as a whole. But that's not it. At the end of my video, as you can see, I have another reaction. Most of the time, it's a reaction to a live version. In this case, today, both are from a live presentation in Rotterdam in 2015. Don't forget, you can subscribe to this channel and click the little bell right beside the subscription button so that you receive notification as soon as I publish a video and 30 minutes before the premiere of every video every week. Nothing else. As for now, we will go directly to the studio version with the lyrics. I will make sure that you have the lyrics thanks to Taycroft. Taycroft is someone on the internet who took the time to do a full lyric video that I can synchronize with the studio version. It's perfect. This is great because an opera rock, of course, you want to know who says what, especially when you don't see. And we have a wonderful tool. His work has really made mine that much better. So, and everybody told me how beautiful it is. It works perfectly well. We can read the lyrics. We know who sings. Perfect. So here we go with day 13. The subtitle is Sign. So let's dig into that piece of music. Be careful just a second. I'll have it for myself as well. In 3, 2, 1. It seems to be a beautiful tenor wooden flute. Love the air you have in this.
Fate has come to warn that you far too long forsaken her heart. Move to the truth, breathe chains that bind you to a past that feeds these bitter days.
Bitter days.
Seize your only chance, follow the stars that beckon you through blackened skies.
Another line, melodic line.
Can you feel me touch your aching heart? I can sense how much you're missing me. Give me a sign, show me you're there. I am sure you'll find a way back to me.
I can't believe I turned so vile. How could I have ignored her smile? She was always there to ease my pain. I'm so ashamed. I wonder why she stayed with me, how she endured my vanity. I wish I could go back and mend my ways. Is it too late?
Can you see? I swear it's true. A teardrop trickling down his cheek. Yes, indeed, I see it too. Could it be he's
Hurting
Don't you
inside.
think we should be glad he feels anything at
Tries
all?
because of us.
Does it matter why he cries?
What's going on?
Has he given us a sign?
Can you see? I swear it's true. Him clenching his right hand to a fist. Yes, indeed, I see it too. Could it be he's
Raging
Don't you
inside.
think we should be glad he has
It could well be he's angry cause of us.
Does it matter if he
What's going on in his mind?
Has he given us a sign?
Yeah. It's. I'm a bit surprised of the orientation, not in terms of content here. Here, my surprise, I would say the section of love and a wife, with the flute in alternance with the flute, to me fits perfectly. I was surprised of the musical, not the melody, but with the clavecin-like sound that was with me, with the questioning that you have there. I wonder how it will turn out in the live version. To me, it's the first time I don't see well the connection between the music arrangements mainly with the content, what is being said. And this was carried as well in the dialogue between the wife and the best friend. Again, not that it is not good, it's just that I'm surprised, because until now, to my taste anyway, the blend of the music and of the lyrics has been nothing but exceptional. Here, I am not sure of the choices he made at that moment. Maybe it has to grow. We say that music has to grow on you. The music, I have to listen to it another time. Maybe I will understand something. But my first reaction, that's it. Okay, now that we've listened day 13, let's go to day 14 in 3, 2, 1. Of the bass.
I've always been creative. I don't understand. I start to be a man, not a businessman. You need to show your old man you're in control. To be successful, you sell your own soul. Yeah, you sell your own soul. I've always been respectable. I don't understand. I try to be compassionate and not a ruthless man. You need to show them you're superior. You leave the field. No one opposes you, and all men must yield. All must yield. Yeah.
Stock picked up 15% on Friday and is continuing to extend those gains today. Looking really good to make your own world going from good figures and refinance that debt.
I've always been affectionate. I don't understand. I really love him. Not a heartless man. You have no time for commitments. They get in the way. Get down to business. There's no time to play. You can still change and right what is wrong. But can you swallow me? Am I too strong? You have to get back now. It's not too late. It's not like you to resign to your fate. Your loved ones are waiting. Break out of your cage. You have the power. Give in to your rage. Listen to pride now, for once he is right. Listen to reason, let us be your guide.
Okay. Many things to say on this one. Love the riff. Love the intermediate, the section between I think I would call it the second and third section. It's even, we could say, a bridge, instrumental bridge. I love the general feel of the song very much. It's the first time that I can say that melodically it's more neutral. It's not, until now, every song has given a great moment melodically. His flair for melodies is remarkable, to be frank. Up until now, this one would be melodically a little bit less inspired, I would say. It doesn't stand out of I would say, many ordinary metal song. Most of the time, I find in metal not very good melodic sense. But some they do, and certainly Ayreon has this melodic flair. This song, I love the content though, and I really looking forward to dig into that section for the lyrics. I think we learn a lot of things in there. The pairing with Reason and Pride, which have been opposed in many situations, ending with this invitation to become the guide, is quite interesting. It's a nice development here. Let's see now with day 15, what do we have in stock? Day 15. Okay, excellent. In 3, 2, 1. This is called Betrayal.
This is what you dreamt about, director of the firm. Will it be you or your best friend? He's always been the better man and fits all their terms. What will you do to gain your end?
This memory burns inside. You can't forget, you cannot fight or erase it. You have to tell and set it right. You cannot run, you cannot hide, so face it.
Talk, you'll never know what you have done. But can you live with this betrayal? They found him out and let him go. I guess you've won, but one day the truth might be unveiled.
This memory burns inside. You can't forget, you cannot fight or erase it.
tell and set it right. You cannot run, you cannot hide, so face it.
Wake up, free your mind.
This memory burns inside. You can't forget, you cannot fight or erase it. You have to tell and set it right. You cannot run, you cannot hide, so face it.
I have to talk and let 'em know what I have done. I cannot live with this betrayal. He's always been the better man. I never won. Now the truth must be unveiled.
There it is. Oh, wow. Yeah, this one fascinated me. This one was interesting from A to Z. To be frank, I loved it. Yeah, and we begin to see something unfolding. What do we see? We see that there is a situation within the couple. He is afraid of reproducing the pattern that was between his father and mother with his spouse, with his wife. And this is something that troubles him. Doesn't want to, he doesn't want to, doesn't want to break something in there. And then there is something with the best friend. Now, the best friend is a partner in the business. And there's a betrayal of the best friend on the base of what? Honesty, maybe still competition between me and the best friend, so that I can show for all to see that he's, even if he seems to have, he seems to be better qualified. The way I see it is he did something dishonest, and now, either out of competition or out of a quest for the truth, he assembled all the evidence of the word is tampering of the books. It's in accounting. He made things disappear in the accounting of the So you have to be very careful to see where the money went and for what exactly. So let's dig in the lyrics. Immediately we begin with day 13, sign. Love is there, and as you remember, those characters like love, fear are inside his heart and mind, and externally there's only the wife, the best friend, and in the play we see the doctor and the nurse, and we saw a little bit a silhouette of the mother. But in the studio version, there's only the wife and the best friend. So let's go. Faith has come to warn that you far too long forsaken her heart. Move to the truth, breathe the sunlight burning in her open arms. Faith, of course, it can be faith in a religious sense. Of course, it is not excluded here, but I think faith could be simply trust, confidence in life, and in this case, trust and confidence has come to warn that you're far too long forsaken her heart. That's interesting, isn't it? So faith is part of you and has been forgotten. You haven't put yourself in a state of being faithful and or trusting. So move to the truth. In trust, move to the truth. Breathe the sunlight. Light, is an equivalent of truth in many, many great texts of humanity. Burning in her open arms here again, forsaken her heart. So faith is calling you. You've been too far from her heart, you've been too far from her open arms. So it's time to embrace faith. Break the chains that bind you to a past that feeds these bitter days. So the present days of me are bitter. They are bitter. And probably what's happening inside of him is also part of the bitterness. There is something happening outside, but mostly the bitterness seems to be inside. And where is this bitterness? It is fed by the memories, the past. Memories feeding this bitterness. So break the chain from this past. This past is keeping you prisoner. Okay? Seize your only chance. I don't know if when you heard that, follow the stars that beacon you through the blackened skies. So the stars that beacon you, guiding you through skies that has been darkened. Seize your only chance. You have the star, don't follow. So what is the star here? Faith and truth, according to the two first paragraphs. So don't let them go away without following them. And then the wife comes. Can you feel me touch your aching heart? I can sense how much you're missing me. Give me a sign, show me you're there. I'm sure you'll find a way back to me. Whilst faith and truth are calling him inside, the wife is calling from outside. And not only she's calling, she's touching him. And she's touching the aching heart. And I can sense that you're missing me. So there's, like we said, slowly communication was established, of course, imperfect for now, between inside and outside. And we could see that in the play very clearly. Very well done. And here, truth and faith are calling him at the same time as the wife. That's interesting. Now she's asking for a sign. Give me a sign. Show me you're there. I'm sure you'll find a way back to me. So she's asking for something, a reaction, a sign that there is still conscience in this man lying in bed for 13 days. Now me, inside, we're going back inside. I can't believe I turned so vile. How could I have ignored a smile? She was always there to ease my pain. I'm so ashamed. So there is an issue with his wife. You remember, he had no time for the mother either. And it seems that he didn't give much more time to the wife, apparently. And her faithfulness to him is felt like undeserved. I wonder why she stayed with me, how she endured my vanity. I wish I could go back and mend my way. Is it too late? Of course, because of the coma situation, will he be able to come out, this time not of an emotional shell, but a physical body that doesn't respond, as we saw at the very beginning of the play. The wife answers, "Can you see? I swear it's true. A teardrop trickling down his cheek." This is where I find it a little bit less expressive. It is still very, to me, it is very tame, because if you see a teardrop, the first sign that maybe he understands us, there would be excitement, I think. But maybe they don't want to believe it yet. Maybe. The best friend, "Yes, indeed, I see it too." Could it be he's hurting inside? Well, the wife just said that. I put my hand on your heart and I can feel that you're aching, that you want to come back to me. So, don't you think we should be glad he feels anything at all? It could well be he cries because of us, because we are here. Maybe he has an intuition about something. Maybe he cries because of us. Is it good or is it bad? She said, does it matter why he cries? What's going on in his mind? He really wonders. And as we will see, the best friend, has reasons to worry about what's going in his mind. Has he given us a sign? The wife continues, "Can you see? I swear it's true. Him clenching his right hand into a fist." What does it mean? Turning his hand into a fist. Yes, indeed, I see it too. Could it be that he's raging inside? Oh, okay. Don't you think we should be glad that he has any thought at all? It could well be he angry because of us. He is angry, I think should be written. Does it matter if he is? Well, what's going in his mind? What's going on in his mind? Has he given us a sign? This is the way the day 13th finishes with a question. Is it a sign? The teardrop So there is a teardrop and a clenched fist. Is it possible that he has both love and rage within himself? Day 14. We're inside. I've always been creative. I don't understand. I aspire to be an artist, not a businessman. So there is a thing. There's an artist, apparently, in a business. And he's an artist, he's not a businessman. So how come I'm there? How come I'm in that position? And pride said, you need to show your old man you're in control to be successful, your own soul. Pride again comes back with very bad advice. You need, but it gives us the key of the life he had before the accident. And apparently he took control. And why? Because he wanted to be impressive for the old man. So what is being said here is that the old man is still living. And you'd sell your own soul? Yeah, well, maybe. If there's faith and truth at the beginning of the previous day, that might be the path of his own soul. And a path of his own soul seems to be associated with his wife and his creative dimension. That could be very interesting, okay? Love, faith, truth, his wife outside, and his creative artistic journey as well, probably. But I've always been responsible. I don't understand. I tried to be compassionate. I'm not a ruthless man. So, he is an artist, a compassionate man, and responsible. But how come he behaved in a way he doesn't recognize himself? He said, I've always been a respectable. Well, that's not what he says in other parts. As you know, he says that he doesn't know why his wife is still with him. But still, at this moment, he probably is saying, deep down, I'm a compassionate and respectable man. How come I've become that way? You know you need to show them you're superior. You lead the field. No one opposes you. All men must yield. We saw that. The competition with his father, the competition with the others. He couldn't let it go. And this has an echo in his adult life, as we can see. Always been affectionate, don't understand, really love her. I'm not a heartless man. You have no time for commitments. They get in the way. Get down to business. There's no time to play. I think that you have the key here for the way he behaved towards his mother and the way he behaved towards his wife. There's no time for commitment towards them. There's time for commitment toward his pride, towards this competitive, imposing himself as a leader in his field, but by losing so much. And then reason calls up to him and say, you will still change and right what is wrong. You can correct everything in your life. It's not the end. There's still time to do that. But can you swallow me and swallow your pride? Can you swallow your pride? Or am I too strong? That's very interesting. So humility is here called. You have to get back now. It's not too late. It's not like you to resign to your fate. Oh, that could be understood in two ways. to resign to your fate. Remember, Pride already told him that he should get up and not leave it down like this. He should go. And yeah, here there can be two meanings. There could be a positive meaning as well. Maybe, yeah, you could change things. The loved ones are waiting. Break out of your cage. Who are the loved ones? Their best friend and a wife. I think these are the ones we can call the loved ones. They are waiting. Break out of your cage. Your cage here would be probably your emotional state, and that disconnects you from your body. You have the power. Give in to your rage. Oh, let it out. Let the rage come out. That might be the key for you to go back and live within your body. And that's why reason says, listen to pride now. For once now, he's right. So the rage has to come out, probably associated with truth, associated with maybe even faith and love. Listen to reason. Let us be your guide. For the first time, reason and pride together form a team, and they invite him to guide. Remember when he said, when she said earlier, stars in a darkened sky. There you have the stars, pride and reason. Day 15, the betrayal. This is what you dreamt about, director of the firm. Will it be you or your best friend? He's always been the better man, and he fits all their terms. What will you do to do? What will you do to gain your end? Fear here is saying, well, in fact, to do that, is your best friend not the best man to do that? But your old habit to always wanting to be first, to be the best, you don't let it go. You don't leave him the space to do that, And how can you gain your end? How can you gain over him if he's the best? Agony. You remember what he once told you. He tampered with the books. When he lost out on the deal, you're digging up the evidence no one looks. You leave it there for all to see. So he's trying to gain the end, his hand. His best friend is better than him. But his best friend tampered the books. He was dishonest. And he remembered that. And what he did is that he sought the evidence to document this tampering of the books. And now he's assembled it and he left it there for all to see. So he did something honest, but he is tortured with guilt of betraying his best friend. Who is the best? But maybe he's the best, generally speaking, but also sometimes maybe he didn't do things correctly. So there's a question of truth, honesty, and betraying your best friend, but by being honest, it's a very intricate and very nuanced question. This memory burns inside. you can't forget. You cannot fight or erase. So the memory of the agony is a memory of something he did to his best friend and someone who is in a firm with him. Up until now, he seems to be the first. He seems to be the one leading, but he doesn't like it. But the one who is second, the best friend, he betrayed him. Maybe, according to the law, he did the right thing. But according to the relation, he feels the guilt of betraying his best friend. Let it go, try to unwind, yeah. You'll have to tell and set it right. You cannot run, you cannot hide, so you have to face it. You have to face this situation with your best friend. Wake up and free your mind. Now I can see maybe why he clenched his fist. Maybe out of rage he would give a good punch to his best friend. Fear, you'll never talk. You'll never know what you have done. But can you live with this betrayal? They found him out and let him go. I guess you've won. But one day, the truth might be unveiled. There is something very interesting, because they found him out. They discovered what they did and let him go. The day that according to the me, he says, he is better than me and he's better at doing according to what they want. They let him go. So they know about him. They let him go. You've won. Okay. But one day, the truth might be unveiled. The truth about what? It's not the truth about what he did. It's the truth about what you did. Because this is what it suggests here. Because the truth of something else, or maybe what you have inside of you, jealousy, competition, again, might be unveiled. Oh, that's interesting. You didn't do that because you were an honest man. You did that because you don't like the competition. You don't like the shadow of your best friend. He's better than you in doing that. You're the artist. He's the businessman. That's interesting. Very interesting. So let's go and listen to the live version. Voilà, on est prêt. Okay, Day 13 live in Rotterdam in 2015. Day 13 is called Sign in 3, 2, 1.
Fate has come to warn that you far too long forsaken her heart. Move to the truth, breathe the sunlight burning in her own.
so vile. How could I have ignored her smile? She was always there to ease my pain. I'm so ashamed. I wonder why she stayed with me. She enjoyed my vanity. I wish I could go back and mend my ways. Is it too late?
Can you see? I swear it's true. A teardrop trickling down his cheek.
Yes, indeed, I see it too. Could it be?
Oh, now, this works.
Don't you think he should be glad he feels anything at all? Does it matter why he cries? Has he given us a sign? Can you see? I swear it's true. Him clenching his right hand into a fist.
Yes, indeed, I see it too. Could it be he's raging
Don't you think he
inside?
should be glad he has any thoughts at all?
Because of
Does it matter if he
what's
is?
going on in his mind?
Has he given us a sign?
Yeah, this works now very well. The sensitivity that they brought in the last section, and the clavecin made sense now, since it's as if he is touching his truth, and he's now in an humble position. We say walking on eggs and marcher sur des œufs in French. How come she's still with me? You know, how come? I don't understand that. So he is facing his own truth. He has a loving wife, but he was not reciprocal towards her. And now he is in truth when he says that. So probably the tears for the rage is for the best friend, maybe. We will see. But this makes so much sense to me right now. What about you? Do you see the difference between the two? For me, it's quite... is it only because I'm familiar with the piece now that I've listened to the studio version? I don't think so. I think there is a plus in the way they interpreted it in the show. Let's go and see now day 14 called Pride. This is the second song called Pride in this rock opera. One is the echo of the other. Much more effective as well. better as well. Yeah. Oh, much more expressivity as well in this one, especially the voice of reason, much more involved, and we can see that there's a folder of evidence apparently leading to the condemnation or the truth, the unveiling of truth about his friend's behavior. And yeah, loved it, very good, much better than the studio version for this one. So let's go now and find out with day 15 what's happening. 3, 2, 1. We are in red. Passion.
This is what you dreamt about, director of the film.
No, that's fear.
You are your best friend.
That's fear.
He's always been the better man, fits all the times. What will you do to get your end?
You remember he once told you you tampered with the books when you lost out on the deal. You're digging up the evidence. No one looks. You leave it there for all to see.
This memory burns inside. You can't forget. You cannot fight or erase it. You have to tell and set it right. You cannot run. You cannot hide. So face it.
You'll never talk, you'll never know what you have done. But can you live with this betrayal?
You found him out and let him go against you won. But one day the truth might be unveiled.
This memory burns inside. You can't forget. You cannot fight or erase it. You have to tell and set it right. You cannot run. You cannot hide. So face it.
live with this betrayal. He's always been the better man. I never won. Now the truth must be unveiled.
Yes, 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 yes. Wonderful. Yeah, everything makes so much sense now to me. Everything that is in there makes sense, and the presentation. So they enhance the involvement of the musician. The thing that, and added a few twists, a few elements that made it more interesting musically, and it struck me as a better melody that it sounded on the studio version for that. Loved everything, and it's very intriguing, this betrayal that he did, and it's clear now. There's, as I can see, I overlook the last paragraph. I never noticed those words, but they were very interesting. So we will see everything. We'll continue our journey with day 16 and day 17 next week, about 10 minutes as usual of our journey. Reaction first of the studio version with lyrics. And don't forget, I have subtitles in 8 languages: English, French, Spanish, Netherlands, Italian. Oh, it's not written there, but Finnish, Romanian, Portuguese. Everything is in there in 8 languages, and also with the live version as well. Friday, 1:30 Eastern North America. Be there, you can subscribe, and you can click the bell to receive notification. So as for me, now it's time to say goodbye. It was a great week, unexpected, surprising, totally satisfying. See you next week with the continuation of this album, The Human Equation. We will continue in day 16, 17, I think. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Better man, I never won. Now the truth must be unveiled.